Hello, this is Gizmondo94 and this is my DS review. Let's take a look at the console itself. This is the thin version, that being the DS Lite. The new one comes out next year, the DSi. Has a built-in camera, however this one doesn't. This is where the stylus goes. This is what you press to turn it on, power switch. This is where the DS game goes. They're all stored on what seems to be a bit like an SD card. Very, very small. Okay, this is where the charger goes. The L button, the R button, both of them being on the back of the console, is volume control, and this is where you place Game Boy Advance games, because that's another feature of the DS, the ability to play Game Boy Advance games. Here's where they go. However, the DS cannot play Game Boy and Game Boy Color, which is why it's good to have a Game Boy Advance and a DS, if you can afford both. Let's boot it up. This is the inside of the console. It's a loading screen right there. Loads really quickly. Just press a button to continue. It's the D-pad, the B, Y, X and A buttons, start and select, the microphone, the speakers, one on each side, and actually having a microphone, you can turn your DS into a fully working phone. But unfortunately you need to buy an add-on for the DS called, I think it's R4 or Tabletop DS. There's many things that allow homebrew on the DS. There's DS download play right here. That means if one person has a game, some games the other person can play when only one person owns a game by downloading the game temporarily. Here's PictoChat, a little chat room for the DS. It's just an extra feature. It's Nintendogs, game I have inserted into the DS. Clock, calendar, time of day, battery, and my PictoChat name right there. And this bar here being blue because you get to choose your favourite colour, which will determine some of the colours of the things, because if I chose blue then it will make the calendar here blue. This is what you press to go into the settings, the alarm, and the brightness level. Let's go into PictoChat. It's 4 rooms, each can contain 16 people. Let's go into PictoChat room. Now here's the keyboard. You can use this by the D-pad, like I am now, or you can use it by the touchscreen. You can press start to send a message, or you can just touch it here. You can also set a personal message. Mine, because I'm impersonating Sonic, copyright Sega 1990 to 2008. Here's the ability to draw an eraser, the size of the point that you're writing with or rubbing out, the letters, the ability to have accent letters, Japanese characters, punctuation, I think that is, and emoticons. This here completely wipes everything, so if I type, then I can just press this and it'll get rid of everything. That's come out of PictoChat. One of the downsides to the DS is that if you wish to quit PictoChat, you have to shut down the system and turn it on again. Like so. Also, if you wish to play GBA games, you can also choose which screen you'd like to have the GBA on. Here you can choose that. Bottom screen or top screen. I believe bottom screen is the default, but I prefer top screen. Whatever you fancy, basically. Okay, here you can edit the date and time. It's maybe useful when cheating on certain games or trying to get further. Enter your birthday, your favourite colour, your PictoChat name, and your PictoChat personal message. You can calibrate your touchscreen, which will make it more effective by using that with your stylus. Let's take a look at some of the games. See, notice there, I had to turn it off again. Let's have a look at Nintendogs. Loading screen. Do you want to search for PictoChat rooms while you play using the DS's wireless function? You can turn this on and off, or choose how you want to be notified if someone else is in PictoChat. Loading screen. Tap any button to continue. You can have up to 3 dogs, and 3 dogs in the dog hotel. Here you can walk your dog, go shopping, bark mode with a friend, or your contests, your info, and your trainer points. You save the game. You can also use an auto-save feature, your equipment, and you can of course dress up your dogs. You can also get a different house. This is, I think, one of the earliest DS games, but it's definitely one of the best. So if you haven't got one of the Nintendogs games, you really have to get Nintendogs. It's a must. Okay, now let's take a look at some of the other games I have. I only have 3, but still, doesn't really matter. Okay, here's what the card looks like. That's the actual game. Case to Nintendogs. Unfortunately, Nintendogs doesn't feature online play, whereas most other DS games do. But I think the reason of it being an early game is why it doesn't have Wi-Fi online play. I'm not really sure. Here's all the different dog breeds you can get. 1 to 2 players. You can't download on this game, unfortunately. Pokemon Diamond version features online play, so it says right here. Right here. And of course, again, can support 2 to 8 players without download play. Lastly, Ultimate Mortal Kombat for DS features online play, which is extremely difficult unless you're not an expert at Mortal Kombat. A couple of screenshots here, the features, and of course this game supports download and non-download play. Overall, out of 10, I give the DS around 9.8. It's a fabulous console and is definitely the top competitor for the PSP for a good reason. The touchscreen makes games very fun. The graphics are nothing to worry about because we all know the DS doesn't have very amazing graphics, but they're really not something you should worry about. So if you're going to get a DS, I fully recommend you do. Comes in, I believe, about 10 different colours, depends on where you're from. But yeah, it's a really good console, and if you don't have one, you should definitely get one. Okay. Thanks for watching Gizmondo94's DS review. Look out for my other videos and subscribe if you want to.